Tonight on Ctv3 News, man arrested and charged for damaging BSCFA vehicle. The ruling party prepares for elections amid silent speculation on National Assembly dissolution. All this takes place while the opposition leader Barrow seeks court intervention against UDP's Tracy Panton amid leadership disputes. And the Ministry of Agriculture launches ambitious beekeeping project 2025 to boost honey production and innovation in Belize. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Thursday, January 16th, 2025.
Keeping our beautiful town of Orange Walk clean is everyone's responsibility. Use sturdy bags, tie them securely, and avoid placing sharp objects inside. By properly bagging your garbage, you're not only making it easier for our sanitation workers, but also helping to prevent litter and keep our environment clean. Let's work together to make a difference. For large disposals, contact us for an evaluation.
Kickstart the new year right with the best tech deals countrywide. Whether you want to accomplish personal goals, business goals, or just a healthy lifestyle, Cellular World has the tech that suits your needs. Like budget phones starting at $69, Android starter phones starting at $209, tablets starting at $159, or smart TVs starting at just $359. Even better, make your fitness journey a never-ending vibe with a wide selection of JBL products, fully backed up with a 1-year warranty, starting at only $99. But that's not all. You can also get yourself a Samsung Galaxy phone, tablets, buds, or smart watch with a 1-year local warranty included. Visit any of our stores today in Belize City, Belmopan, Orange Walk, or San Pedro to start shopping, or shop via our virtual store through Facebook, Instagram, or WhatsApp at 615-5141. Don't miss out.
Good evening. With your news also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7. I am Joanna Rodriguez. Police have arrested and charged 44-year-old Kent Engleton of Smithsonian Street in Orange Walk for damage to property. This is after the Belize Sugarcane Farmers Association, BSCFA, reported that one of their vehicles was damaged. According to a report from the general manager of the BSCFA, on Christmas Eve, a 2007 Toyota Hilux pickup truck was parked on the BSCFA compound at the corner of San Antonio Road and Guadalupe Street, Orange Walk Town. The vehicle remained parked at the location for several weeks until Monday morning when an employee noticed that the vehicle had been damaged. After noticing that the vehicle's windshield had been shattered, personnel from the association reviewed security footage from the compound and saw that on Saturday, January 11, 2025, at around 7:16 p.m., a male of Creole descent entered the compound and threw a large rock at the vehicle, causing the damage. As the political landscape in Belize gears up for the impending general elections, speculation is rife about the potential date for the exercise. While the timeline for the election remains uncertain, though some analysts predict they may occur as early as March, the Bersani administration appears well positioned for a favorable outcome. However, with the voting day still shrouded in ambiguity, the urgency for electoral reforms, particularly redistricting, has come into sharp focus. Henry Charles Usher, the Minister of Constitutional and Political Reform and the Chairman of the PUP, addressed the vital need for a redistricting process today.
You have to remember, number one, that redistricting is done by the Election and Boundaries Commission. They are authorized by the Constitution to carry out this redistricting exercise. They did start a redistricting exercise and they completed that redistricting exercise in terms of providing and preparing a report. Now, if you recall, there was already a case, I think it was claim 55 of 2019, and there was a consent order in that case, meaning that there was an agreement between the parties that there were certain conditions that had to be met. Number one was preparing the report by a certain date. We had requested that we hold off on preparing that report because the information was not complete, and I'll explain why just now. But the court decided to arbitrarily set a date of July of 2023 to complete the report. That report was supposed to be shared by the claimants, the Belize Peace Movement. There was supposed to be reference to the Sean Trent report. I don't know if you remember the Sean Trent report. And it was also supposed to be a corresponding legislation tabled in the House. All four conditions were met as to this consent order. The date was adhered to, it was shared with the claimants, the Sean Trent report was consulted, and then the corresponding legislation was introduced in the House. Unfortunately, both sides of the aisle, the government and the opposition, are saying that they have problems with the report. Now, the reason I say that they needed more information, or the information was incomplete at the time of the report, is because two things were missing. One is the census. The census was completed in 2024. In July of 2023, we had not completed the census as yet. The Constitution says very clearly that the Election and Boundaries Commission is supposed to look at the population of the country, not the voting population, the population. And the only way to know the population is through a census. The last census that was done was in 2010. They were using a growth rate prior to 2010 and projecting what the population would have been. They found out after doing the actual census that the growth rate had reduced. So whereas their projections from 2010 to 2022 was a population of around 450,000 plus, it turned out that the population was less than 400,000 after doing the actual census. So it just shows you that you have to wait for all the information. Also, the census shows the trends, the movements of persons. Where are they going? Are they moving to urban areas, to rural areas? Right? What type of structures are they building? Are they building single-family homes, apartment buildings, etc.? All of this is found in this very comprehensive document, which we ask, let them complete the census before the redistricting is done. The reason for that primarily is to know what the actual numbers are, but secondly, to be able to project into the future. When you do redistricting, it's not about now. You can't do redistricting every single year. So you have to be able to know where the trends are, where people are moving. So without that census, I think that the information was incomplete. The second reason I think the information was incomplete to do the redistricting or to prepare the report is that the sections of the Constitution that deal with redistricting are really, some of them are not, they don't reconcile with each other. You look at one section, it says there shall be 31 constituencies. Another section says there may be between 28 and 31 constituencies. How do you reconcile those two? Secondly, there was a lot of talk about removing a seat. Oh, we're going to remove this one, we're going to remove that one. Is that found in the Constitution? No. There is only a provision to add a seat in the Constitution. There's no provision to remove a seat. So I don't even know if the Commission has the authority to remove a seat. We are undergoing a constitutional reform process. Those particular sections need to be looked at. They need to be clarified.
While many citizens and officials alike hope to see the redistricting process carried out before the approaching elections, recent statements indicate that it will likely take place after the 2025 general elections. And sticking to the political scenario, opposition leader Moses Shine Barrow is calling for judicial action against Albert Area Representative Tracy Panton and her associate Philippa Griffith Bailey, citing a series of alleged violations related to ongoing leadership disputes within the United Democratic Party, UDP. In a formal court application submitted on January 15, 2025, Barrow, alongside other prominent UDP figures, including Michael Perifeet, Shari Medina, Alberto August, and Ugo Pat, is requesting that the court take decisive measures to prohibit the respondents and their affiliates from disseminating information concerning the UDP's headquarters, assets, leadership, and other related matters central to the ongoing legal proceedings. The application is particularly aimed at preventing public statements or actions that could jeopardize the integrity of the court or imply a dual leadership structure within the party. Barrow's legal team alleges that Panton has consistently violated court orders meant to preserve the current state of affairs during the leadership conflict. The court papers highlight specific instances where Panton has allegedly portrayed herself as the interim leader of the UDP, including statements made on social media, public appearances, and press releases. Such actions, Barrow contends, not only undermine the authority of the court, but also breach earlier directives established to maintain stability while the legal disputes are being resolved. Attorney Dr. Christopher P. Malcolm, representing Barrow and the applicants, formally communicated with the registrar requesting that the contempt orders application originally submitted on December 6, 2024 be heard concurrently with the recent urgent court orders application. This move underscores the urgency of the situation as key party members seek clarity and order amid the ongoing leadership turmoil. Both sides had expressed interest in mediation, but Barrow had publicly maintained that Saldivar and former Deputy Leader Beverly Williams would not be allowed to run for the UDP, and that if the party wished to welcome back Tager Panton and others, it would be with him as leader, as he maintains the party's national convention has affirmed last year. The matter is set for trial in March. As tensions rise within the UDP, all eyes are now on the court, which is expected to respond to Barrow's request in the coming weeks. The Ministry of Agriculture launched an extensive program entitled Beekeeping Project 2025, Capacity Development and Technological Innovation. This 12-month training program seeks to offer participants the knowledge to increase the country's honey production, as well as integrate new technologies to allow for the creation of more byproducts available in the sector. The training session will be divided into 3 phases, with the first being a farmer field school, which will include visits to the different apiaries in the Orange Walk and Corozal districts. The training session includes capacitation for both advanced beekeepers and those who are beginners in the industry.
What the Ministry of Agriculture is doing for Orange Walk is that we are launching today an inauguration of a project. Basically, it's an initiative from the department where we did in December. We got beekeepers together and we figure out on activity to see what were the needs and opportunities that we had in beekeeping, and based on that, as a result, now we came up with a farmer field school. A farmer field school is an activity how we gather farmers, which is an informal setting when we go directly to the apiary, and based on the needs, we develop a curriculum of activities in which today we are doing the inauguration as a project, which is by phases. We will begin with the first phase for 3 months. From here, and then we will continue on next phase after the 3 months, but it is throughout the whole year, which is the full 12 months to be complete. What we have today, we have a person which has been with us continuously, Mr. Villamil, Nicolas Villamil. He is part of a group cooperative. He's the president of a cooperative in Mexico. So he has experience also on dealing with formal groups, and we brought it here since he can assist the department. And in collaboration, we are trying to bring back the industry that we had once when we used to export honey. The overall objective is for farmers for this 2025, to have a better production than previous years that we have had, giving the capacity building, the technical know-how now on the fields. Previous year, we did a whole sequence of trainings and theoretical, and now we're going to the fields and have it practical.
The training sessions are being carried out by a specialist in the sector from neighboring Mexico who has dedicated his life to advancing technologies in apiculture and raising a standard within his country, which he says will now be shared with Belizean farmers.
Estamos implementando este programa de capacitación de innovación tecnológica en el área apícola. Si vamos a procurar que armaron grupos de personas que tengan Estamos implementando este programa de capacitación de innovación tecnológica en el área apícola. Si vamos a procurar que armaron grupos de personas que tengan la voluntad, que tengan el interés, que vayan creando el compromiso de participar y que quieran crecer, además que tengan la iniciativa de ser emprendedores, porque pretendemos que no solamente aprendan a hacer el manejo de miel, sino aprendan a controlar las enfermedades, aprendan a alimentar a las abejas, aprendan a controlar los espacios que deben de tener las abejas, todos los aspectos técnicos que debe de tener de conocimiento básico el apicultor es lo que le pretendemos ahorita inculcar. ¿Tienen conocimientos? Sí lo tienen, nada más que el conocimiento que lo tienen ellos lo vamos a alinear basado con un estándar que estamos agarrando un modelo en México. Ese estándar tiene una equivalencia de nivel internacional, ya que en Belice no hay un estándar para el desempeño de un apicultor. Estamos copiando esa idea para darles que ellos tengan el conocimiento y el desempeño, que aprendan a tener la destreza, la actitud para ser un apicultor adecuadamente, ¿no?
The hope, according to Nicholas Villamil, is to offer advanced knowledge and capacitation, particularly to the youth in Belize.
Nosotros pretendemos hacerlo en dos diferentes etapas. Primero, trabajar con los apicultores que ya están con mucha experiencia y personas nuevas, armar otro grupo con gente nueva, porque va a ser muy difícil unificar el conocimiento de los que no saben con los que saben. Pretendemos reforzar el conocimiento que tienen los adultos, perfeccionarlo. Vamos a perfeccionar ese conocimiento, alinearlos a un estándar, y los que están queriendo emprender, vamos a darle cursos básicos, pero pretendemos que sea gente joven, de ambos sexos. Esa es la intención que nosotros tenemos aquí. Independientemente de eso, se pretende armar grupos de personas que compren la miel a los apicultores a nivel local y que se dediquen a hacer productos que se deriven de la miel, como son cremas, shampoos, dulces, todo lo que se derive de la miel, ¿sí? Pretendemos crear empresas que se dediquen a fabricar los equipos de protección para el apicultor. Ahorita los tienen, si los necesitan, los tienen que comprar en el Mercado Libre, los tienen que comprar en México, en otro país. ¿Por qué no propiciar armar talleres para que la gente lo aprendan a hacer? Armar otro taller de carpintería para que aprendan a hacer las cajas y aquí lo vendan, ¿se me entiende? Todo eso son una gama de oportunidades y próximamente vamos a empezar a trabajar con grupos de personas que puedan trabajar la abeja, pero la abeja que no pica, le llaman la melipona. Esa es otra especialidad igual, puede ser también para mujeres. Es muy ambicioso el plan.
At the end of the extended farmer field school, participants will possess the know-how to allow for the advancement of Belize's apiculture industry, as well as knowledge in different areas of production.
De inicio, el plan tiene contemplado lo que es la asesoría, llevarlos de la mano para profesionalizar el trabajo. Pretendemos que al final del número de colmenas que tengan al inicio, por lo menos lo logren multiplicar a un 100%. Esa es una de las metas. Y si van a multiplicar su número de colmenas, en consecuencia debe de haber una gran proporción de miel también, ¿sí? Entonces, si se aumenta eso, pero la miel que van a producir ya se va a considerar que es una miel que está libre de contaminación, por eso están aprendiendo a evitar la contaminación, y que esa miel que se va a producir, vamos a buscar manera o formas de envasarlos en presentaciones que el mismo programa contempla, llevarlos a cabo a una capacitación para manejarlos con etiqueta, etiquetado como marca un estándar. Sí, van a tener su marca, toda la información que debe de llevar porque observamos que hay en el mercado botellitas desechables, no, debe de tener un frasco de cristal con identificación. Y no solamente producir miel, pretendemos producir polen, que también se obtiene de la colmena, el propóleo también se obtiene de la colmena. Y todo eso son beneficios económicos que se puede lograr al saber manejar debidamente una colmena.
For one of the participants, a young student studying agribusiness in Escuela Mexico Junior College, the training will allow her to gain the knowledge to venture into a new sector.
So for this beekeeping inauguration that we're doing, our main purpose as to why we're here is because we're planning to input all what we're going to learn today. And for example, in this report, we're doing the technological one, which is something that we have never applied to it, which is that we're going to go to our apiary, and then when we come back, we're going to add the information into our computers, and then we can make it and share it with others. And here in Orange Walk and in Corozal, all of our beekeepers do it different. And the main purpose for it is that we're planning that we all do it the same way, so we can reach our target markets and do everything in the exact same way, so we can be a productive cooperative or whatever we're planning to do later on after we finish this ones, because it's just the beginning and we have no clue of what's going to happen today. So that's basically it.
In terms of beekeeping and the whole industry as a business, how do you see it as a student in terms of being able to work with it as well?
The first phase of the project, which includes the former field school, is expected to conclude in a period of 3 months. Coming up next, Ministry of Health teams up with Corozal Hospital and partners for Belize to offer free medical services to residents. Stay tuned.
Corozal Cable Technician vacancy. Looking to join a growing and innovative company in the telecommunication industry? At Centar, we believe the work you do should be as empowering as the services we provide and deliver to our customers. Therefore, interested applicants from Corozal Town wanting to join our team as a cable technician, Corozal branch, must possess, in addition to a high school diploma, the following qualifications: ability to handle basic installation tools, including a 30-feet ladder, ability to test, troubleshoot, and document test results, ability to install, terminate, and test coax cable and twisted pair cable, must have a valid driver's license and be able to travel, must be willing to work flexible hours, possess excellent customer skills. Understanding basic computer networking will be an asset. Interested applicants must submit a letter of application along with their resume, 2 letters of reference, and a police record no later than Monday, January 27, 2025. To Human Resources Manager, Center Communications Corporation Limited, 61 Queen Victoria Avenue, Orange Walk, Town.
El gusano barrenador del Nuevo Mundo representa una amenaza importante para el ganado, las mascotas y los seres humanos. Puede provocar graves pérdidas si no se controla rápidamente. actualmente no está presente en Belice. Es por eso que la detección temprana es crucial para evitar su propagación. Ayudemos a mantenerlo fuera. No traiga animales de otros países ilegalmente. Si nota gusaneras en heridas inusuales, infórmelo de inmediato. Llame a Baja al 824-4872 o envíe un mensaje de texto al 670-7003. Juntos podemos trabajar para mantener a nuestro país libre del gusano barrenador del Nuevo Mundo y salvar animales. Este mensaje es presentado por Baja, OIRSA, IICA, USDA y el Ministerio de Agricultura, Seguridad Alimentaria y Empresas.
In a collaborative initiative, the Ministry of Health and Wellness, the Corozal Community Hospital, and Partners for Belize are teaming up to bring free medical services to residents of Corozal. 3 teams of medical doctors and surgeons from abroad will be visiting Belize to offer a wide range of health services, including surgeries and consultations at no cost to patients. According to Dr. Angela Gilhari, Chief of Staff at the Corozal Community Hospital, the partnership between the Ministry of Health and Wellness, the hospital, and Partners for Belize has been ongoing for 15 years, with this year's visit marking a significant milestone in providing accessible health care to those in need. The program will kick off on January 17, 2025, with screening for surgeries, followed by outreach clinics in several villages across the Corozal district, including Pachacan, Troll Farm, San Jose, Sardineja, and San Joaquin. The first week of services will culminate on January 21st, 2025.
So, like I said, we kick off this Friday, which is on the 17th of January. That's going to be our first screening day. And the first team that will be coming to us will be those doing general surgeries. Well, we say general surgeries, but in all honesty, they mostly screen for hernias of different types, umbilical, inguinal, of different grades, whether it be right, left, and some hiatal. It would really depend on their assessment, but it's mostly hernias that they do. So they will be screening with us on the 17th here at the Corozal Community Hospital, and they are also bringing in an extra. This is something that they started last year, so this is going to be the second year with this specific specialist, which is an optometrist. All right, so, and he is going to be stationed here at the Corozal Community Polyclinic, for the entire week, as of the 17th up to the 21st. So if there's anyone out there that is in need of getting an eye exam and upgrading their prescription for their glasses, they can feel free to come in and ask. They will take walk-ins, no appointment required. For the optometrist to evaluate you. Understand that they won't be giving the glasses there and then. The optometrist, what he's doing is he's assessing, he's taking measurements, you try on the samples, and then they send the glasses to you in about 2 to 3 weeks time, and we deliver it. That's how we did it last year, and it worked out just fine, and that's how they will be doing it this year. Okay, so the screening will start as of 8 a.m. The team will be here at 8 a.m. to start the screening for the hernias at the Corozal Polyclinic. However, we usually have people coming in way ahead of that because we go giving out the tickets according to how they come in. For this team, we don't do appointments. It's purely walk-in. So when you do come in, if you come in at 7 or at 6, whatever time it is that you come in, just approach the security booth that's right at the entrance of the hospital. Usually the securities have the tickets and they're going to issue one to you. And then at 7:30, our community health workers and nurses usually start registering and triaging these patients, just taking vitals, so that by 8 o'clock when the team gets here, they can start with the consultations right.
We will focus on screening and consultations from January 24 to 28, 2025, with additional services such as ear, nose, and throat, ENT, heart, and urology services available.
Then we go into week 2, and the screening day for that one is on the 24th of January on Friday as well. And this one we are going to be doing the screenings for ears, nose, and throat surgeries, ENTs, and for plastic surgeries as well. All right, so if you have any kind of old scars or malformed or the scars that may have caused some sort of deformity, or had a really bad healing process, you can come along and they can assess and you can see how they can fix that up for you. Patients who have been burn victims as well, you know, we have worked with those as well. They, of course, they always welcome any kind of congenital conditions like cleft palates. Those are always welcomed as well. And that deals more specifically with the plastics area. But anything that has to do with ears, nose, and throat, please feel free to come in. Again, this is a team that has been with us for the past 16 years, and we have been working with them very well. This team is also bringing a urologist that is attached to it. The urologist in this occasion, however, will be working a bit different from the last team that came in November and December of last year. What happened is that when they came last year, it was a bit overwhelming, the number of patients that they got. So there were a few patients that could not be seen but that did require surgical intervention. So they did program them and promise them that they would send somebody along this year. So what they're doing this year is that they're working a little bit different. They're going to be sending this urologist, Dr. Essig. He's going to be doing consultations at the Corozal Polyclinic as well for an entire week, as of the 24th of January up to the 28th of January. All right, and what he's going to be doing is purely assessing these patients that have urology conditions and urogyne conditions. All right, and based on the patients that he assesses and he sees in this week, then they're going to be putting together their surgical list for when the team returns later in the year.
A third medical team will arrive in Belize on January 30, 2025, offering screening for ENT surgeries on January 31st. The team will also conduct outreach clinics in Caledonia, Copper Bank, Santa Marta, Little Belize, Eau Creek, and August Pine Ridge. Cardiac patients are encouraged to take advantage of the free echocardiograms and consultations offered by cardiologist Dr. Greg Lamb.
We move on to our last week, which is on January 31st. We move on to our last week, which is on January 31st. That's when we have the screening day. And we are going to be doing screening for ENT surgeries only. And that will be happening here and in Orange Walk as well. We have a surgical team coming in that week, and we have another outreach team. So we'll have another team that will be going to the villages as well. So on February 1st, we have Shaibe Community Center and Chan Chen. And then we have on February 2nd, we have Caledonia and Copper Bank. And then on the 3rd of February, we have Santa Marta and Little Belize. And on the 4th, that's Orange Walk again, that's Eau Creek and August Pine Ridge. All right. You're going to see it on the flyer that it says general surgeries for the 31st of January. But I need you to understand that on the 31st of January, the screening is only for ENT. There will be 2 specialists that will be doing general surgeries, which is hernias again, but they won't be screening for it because they are supposed to be doing whatever leftover surgeries we have from that first week that was doing hernias. Because what we have come across in past years is that just like the urology team, they don't get to see and finish all their surgical patients because it's a lot, right? So what they did this time was that they brought another team to do general surgeries, but just to help complete the work that the first team didn't finish. So the only screening that we have for general surgeries is going to be on the 17th of January, right? The surgical list will come from that screening on the 17th of January, and the surgeries will be distributed between that week of the 17th to the 21st and in the week of the 31st to the 4th of February, all right? But the screening that will happen on the 31st of January is going to be for ENTs again, ears, nose, and throat. So anything with that, feel free to come in as well. Like I said, all of these things are free of cost. They are here to provide more services to the community, and we ask you all to take advantage of this because these are services that, again, they're not easily accessible in the country.
All scheduled surgeries will be conducted at the Curacao Community Hospital's operating theater. Patients seeking consultations are advised to bring any relevant medical documents related to their condition. Minister of Education Francis Fonseca announced that a potential crisis concerning overdue payments to teachers has largely been averted. The announcement comes ahead of a key stakeholders meeting scheduled for January 23rd, which will include representatives from the Belize National Teachers Union (BNTU) and other essential authorities. Speaking on Wednesday, Fonseca revealed that based on reports from school management authorities, over 95% of outstanding payment issues have been addressed.
Yeah, I think for the most part, I think there may be a few individual cases outstanding, but I think for the most part, or based on our reports that we have received back from the managing authorities, we feel that over 95% of these issues have been resolved, and we have engaged with the BNTU, of course, since the start of the year, and we are working on any specific individual cases that they bring to our attention. As soon as we find out about them, we try to resolve them. So yeah, I feel good about where we are, and we're planning another meeting. I think we're scheduling it for the 23rd of this month, January, where it's called a stakeholder meeting, an all-day meeting where we will have the Ministry of Education, we have BNTU, the managing authorities. We'll also bring in the Treasury Department, the Accountant General, Social Security, where we will have an all-day sit-down to discuss any outstanding issues and address any concerns moving forward.
The BNTU had previously issued a warning of potential industrial action should all payment obligations not be fulfilled by the end of December. But with negotiations taking place, it is the hope of the minister that cooler heads will prevail.
Well, I can't speak for the BNTU. They act on the instructions of their membership. We believe that we have acted in good faith, that we have done everything to respond in a positive, respectful way to all of their concerns. We believe that the process we put in place addresses all of the outstanding issues, and we have put in place, as I said, a mechanism for dealing with all future issues so that we communicate respectfully, that we have open dialogue. And I think the membership of the BNTU understands that, they appreciate it, they respect that we are acting in good faith. And so, I hope that there's a common understanding moving forward.
The upcoming meeting will serve as a platform for further discussion regarding any remaining concerns. Participants will include the BNTU, managing authorities, representatives from the Treasury Department, the Accountant General, and Social Security, all aimed at ensuring a collaborative approach to resolve any outstanding payment issues going forward. Today, 76 women and girls from the Orange Walk, Curacao, and Belize district received certifications of completion after having been part of the country's first animation boot camp. The boot camp included 6 comprehensive sessions, both in person and virtual, which began in the summer of 2024. The program aimed to equip Belizean women and girls with fundamental skills in graphic art and animation, enabling them to create short animated films which play a vital role in enhancing the country's orange economy. The animation boot camp was launched under the Investment Policy and Compliance Unit IPCU and the National Women's Commission with funding from the Taiwan Technical Mission through the Embassy of China, Taiwan.
Whenever there's a women's empowerment program taking place, I'm especially excited to attend the closing ceremony of it, such like this one. Seeing the smiling faces of the participants and listening to the stories of their being transformed by the empowerment journey is truly inspiring. I always think I'm the one who learned the most and gained the most. And I'm particularly happy to see today we have two visitors from Taiwan who's actually, you heard the title is a bit long and difficult to comprehend, but basically they are the one who give money to us. They are the one who in Taipei oversee what we are doing here. So I'm very, very, very grateful that today, this is wonderful timing, that they are here to witness the achievements of our collaboration and witness so many talented women being nurtured and gain a lot of achievement here. So this is what today's ceremony is all about.
Several weeks of training, today the 76 participants, including 17 from Corozal, 27 from Orange Walk, and 32 from Belize City, were given the opportunity to compete in a video competition to showcase the knowledge garnered through the program.
But this afternoon is not just about the awards and the ceremony. It's a moment to really recognize and celebrate the power of women in shaping the future of the animation industry. The Women's Commission believes strongly in the innate creativity of our young women. And creativity is a resource that Belize has in abundance. And our women are its wellspring. By harnessing this creativity, we are not only shaping the future of animation, but also contributing to the cultural and economic development of our entire country. This boot camp was just the beginning, and I urge you to think boldly, explore fearlessly, and create passionately. Together, let us prove that the creative industries can be a powerful platform for gender equality, economic empowerment, and cultural expression. The animation industry offers a wealth of opportunities, and as it grows globally, it is becoming a key driver of the orange economy. A creative economy rooted in culture, innovation, and imagination. For Belize, this is an untapped reservoir of economic growth and cultural expression. So women have a crucial role to play in developing this sector. And this afternoon's achievements are a shining example of how we are laying the foundation for this future.
On behalf of Prime Minister John Briceño, Health Minister Honorable Kevin Bernard highlighted the importance of this boot camp towards moving the orange economy forward, which forms an integral part of Plan Belize.
Animation is more than just an art form. It is a dynamic segment of the orange economy, blending creativity with technology. There are countries like Chile, Guatemala, and Panama who have recognized its potential, and so now Belize is now joining their ranks. This boot camp, ladies and gentlemen, is a testament to our commitment to advancing Belize's position in the global digital services arena. As we all know, the BPO sector is a vital growth engine for our country, employing approximately 20,000 people. Yet, we strive for more. By investing in skills like animation, we aim to elevate our services to more complex and rewarding levels.
The winner of the video competition was Sajalin Cabrera from Orange Walk Town. And there is more news after the break. Stay tuned.
The New World screwworm poses a significant threat to livestock, pets, and humans. It can cause severe losses if not controlled quickly. Currently, it is not present in Belize. That is why early detection is crucial to prevent its spread. Let us help to keep it out. Don't bring animals from other countries illegally. If you notice maggots, larvae, or worms in unusual wounds, report them immediately. Call Baja at 824-4872 or text 670-7003. Together we can work to keep our country safe from the New World screwworm and save animals. This message was brought to you by Baja, OIRSA, AICA, USDA, and the Ministry of Agriculture, Food Security, and Enterprise.
Last year, Belize grappled with an unprecedented number of heat waves, causing widespread concern about the impact on public health and the education system. As temperatures soared, the government made adjustments to school schedules and practices in an effort to safeguard the well-being of students and staff. Schools across the country have implemented measures to ensure that students can continue their education without compromising their health. With the escalating threat of climate change becoming increasingly evident, Belize faces an uncertain future when it comes to its climate patterns. As the nation prepares for the possibility of more heat waves in 2025 and beyond, questions about the readiness of the educational system arise. To address these concerns, we reached out to Honorable Francis Fonseca, the Minister of Education, for insight into the ministry's preparedness for the ongoing and future impacts of climate change on education.
You know, we're here on George Price Day. Mr. Price was a man who never used fan, never used AC. I think all of we get spoiled now, with all of a sudden we can't take the heat. We live in the tropics. This is a reality of life here, the heat. Obviously, yes, we try to do as much as we can. We work along with the schools and managing authorities to provide the proper environment. Any new school building that we build, we make sure that there are adequate fans and adequate ventilation in those buildings. So that's a key component of it because we are aware of the heat. So we will continue to do that. And as I said, the ministry, whenever schools appeal to us, we try to support them in whatever way we can.
In a significant stride towards advancing law enforcement expertise, 2 members of the Belize Police Department, BPD, have been accepted into prestigious training programs abroad. This development is made possible through duly established partnerships with international law enforcement agencies. Armando Dubon, Assistant Superintendent and Deputy Commander of the Orange Walk Police Formation, departed Belize on January 11, 2025 to take part in a 4-month diploma course on policing innovation and leadership in Dubai. Scheduled to commence on January 25, 2025, Dubon was chosen from a highly competitive pool of international candidates following a rigorous selection process that includes a panel interview. The course promises to provide a unique platform for creativity and collaboration, equipping officers with advanced skills to enhance law enforcement methodologies. Meanwhile, PC Kinara Trap, attached to the San Ignacio Police Formation's Special Operations Team SOT, is set to leave Belize on January 21st, 2025, also to begin an enriching journey in law enforcement. Trap has been accepted into a 4-year officer cadet training program at the National Police Academy, Anapo in Honduras. After successfully passing physical, medical, psychological, and educational assessments, Trap looks forward to a challenging yet rewarding academic pursuit in police science starting on January 25, 2025. The Belize Police Department has extended its best wishes to both officers, recognizing that these opportunities not only benefit their professional development, but also positively impact the ongoing growth of the department and the country as a whole. Both Dubon and Trap's selected training programs underscore the BPD's commitment to fostering international cooperation and enhancing the quality of policing in Belize. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Friday, January 17th, here on Ctv3 News and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/ctv3belizenews or our YouTube channel at Ctv3 News BZ. From all of us here at Ctv3 News, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.